I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Nights. Today I wanted to share with you the progress that I've made on my very first ever Lego city. All right, and here it is, what I've gotten done on my city so far, but let's back up a little bit and talk about what actually got me into this, what made me want to even build a Lego city in the first place. And it all started with Lego Masters. If you've followed this channel this month, you know that we're in Lego month, and I've talked about this a little bit, but I've watched all of the American Lego Masters. I've gone through like half of the Australian one, and I've even dabbled into the UK one. I'm really loving the content that they have on there. I also got really inspired by looking around online, finding some brick creators like Brixie who build these amazing, gigantic, epic Lego cities. And I wanted to get in on that action. I was like, I have to do this. It has to be something that I try. But I really like the castle sets that Lego makes. As a kid, I never actually got to play with too much Lego. I never got into the castle sets, but I thought they looked really cool. And now they still have some. There aren't as many as there once were. So I decided I don't want to do a full medieval city. However, I want to find a way to incorporate some of those elements into my main city. And I got some inspiration from my real life. Because you see, in where I live, there is a Ren Fair that happens every fall in a small town that is a farming town called Gilroy. They're very famous for garlic. You may have heard of them. And I wanted to take some inspiration off of that Ren Fair and the town surrounding it to build out the start of my own Lego city and have a Ren Fair in my Lego city. And that is what we're going to be working on today. But before we really get started on actually placing things, we need to get the foundation built. And for that, we're going to be using MILS plates. This is a MILS plate, one that has been partially built for demonstration purposes. And what this stands for is a modular integrated landscaping system. What it does is it adds a lot of stability for Lego builders to build their creations on top of. As you can see, we start with a base plate on the bottom, and then I used a bunch of 2x2 bricks, although you can use 2x3 bricks, to basically create an ice cream sandwich, if you will, of Lego, and then we can put some more plates on top. And really what this is doing is it's giving us a very sturdy surface to work on that's also very modular because you can move it around, reintegrate it into your city, and change where things are very easily. One of the other really cool things about this system is the fact that you can actually bring this to a Lego community and integrate your builds with other people's builds and do some really cool big Lego city builds at conventions. Now, one other thing that I do want to talk about that I really like about the MILS plate and why I'm using them is because you can see you can add Technic pieces here, which then you can then put pins into, and that just adds a lot more stability as you're linking these plates together, meaning that your city isn't going to be going anywhere once it's on its surface. You just have a great place to work on. So I need to finish up this particular one, and we'll add these to our city, and we'll keep working on the Ren Fair. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in and let you know that I've recently started live streaming. So if you never want to miss those, or if you've been enjoying the content you're watching today, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Now, let's go ahead and jump back to the video. All right guys, let's go ahead and talk about what I've actually done in my Lego city, starting with the town portion, which I've used a couple of the 3-in-1 noodle shop sets for, although I did get the Lego city or not the Lego city, sorry, the Lego store from the Lego store, which is I think the only place that you can get it. But of course, my town has to start with an arcade and then a toy shop. And then of course we've got some noodles and a bike repair shop, which is very, just honestly something that I see in my area a lot. So I had to incorporate it. I actually liked the noodle stores because of that. But then over here, we've got a little bit more of the town going. Now this one right here is specifically a mock that I built using one of the Friends sets that I had gotten that I liked a lot, but it didn't really like work in my city super well. And a lot of those sets end up being open. So this ended up making it a enclosed modular set. And I actually really, really like it. I think it's gorgeous. It's by Brick Artisan on Rebrickable. I've linked about her stuff in my Instagram and everything, but I'll make sure to leave a link in the description as well. I also have the vegetable grocery store, which I think is going out of print soon or getting like an update. And a fan sent me the original one, which I'm super, super grateful for. It fits into my city really well. And what we want to look at though is predominantly the Ren Fair and what I've done on that. So because I am basing this off of Gilroy and I've already accumulated a number of farm sets, I actually went ahead and put a little bit of a farming station right here, which leads into the Ren Fair, as you can see. I assume that these workers are actually from this store here and they've just kind of set up a booth because they know the Ren Fairs come to their town and so they're hanging out. And my favorite thing is their mascot, which is this pumpkin-headed fellow that I got from one of the minifig sets. He is amazing. He is a scarecrow. Look at that. Look at that good face. So cute. But we put the mask on him so that he looks like a scary pumpkin mascot. And since this fair in my like real life always happens in fall, I just felt like it was super appropriate. But let's actually look at the main fair. So we'll come to the entrance where we have the road, which it's been so hard to find road plates, you guys, so very difficult, but we've managed to find a few. We even have a few more coming. So we're going to expand this even further. But for right now, this is where the entrance to the Ren Fair is. This is like an Elsa set that I just really liked the gate of, and I thought it made a very nice, just like I said, entrance to my Ren Fair. Then past that, we have our ticketing booth. We have a little family coming in. And then over here, I haven't got the MILS plates for it quite yet, but this is where I'm going to be putting the main castle feature. And as you can see, this is the Creator Castle, which I've gotten one of so far, but I plan to get a few more because I actually want to expand this a little bit. And I also have the Lion Knight's Castle. And I don't know if that's going to actually be incorporated into the Ren Fair because it might be too big, but we'll end up seeing what happens. But from the castle, which will be on this side, we also have this open area, which leads into the food court, food truck area, but guarding it is a giant dragon. And I have this amazing orc father and his very angry gamer daughter who've come up and he's like, look, honey, see, dragons are in real life too. They're not just in your video games. And this is what he's showing her to try to get her to like go do outdoorsy stuff. And he himself cosplays an orc. This is actually like a full-on orc mini and I absolutely love it. It's kind of stunning. I don't know specifically where he came from, but I want more of them. If you know where to get more of them, please tell me. I would like more. But that's not the only thing we have in the fair. We also have a cellar of various like honey and jams and everything, which I always see at Ren Fairs, always. And I also ended up putting a little smoothie shop, which I know thematically doesn't quite fit the medieval vibe, but it really goes with my other vegetable truck, which again ties into the farm that we've got right here, which I all associate with the fresh grocery, which is on the corner. It's just the locals basically coming into the Ren Fair and advertising their stuff. And who doesn't want some sweet vegetables and fruits while they're out enjoying a Ren Fair? From there, I actually decided to have a little bit of like a dark fairy vibe is what I was going for, because I bought this friend set that came with a bunch of little stands for like a magical, like, I think it was meant to be like a magician's show, but I've used it in the Ren Fair because I thought the colors worked well. And I figured I could do like a evil or night fairy sort of vibe with all the purples and pinks. And then of course have some ice cream as well. So that's what we've got going over here. I think my favorite part of it is of course the wagon, which has a little horse, which I do have more of, and I want to add some in because I do want to have like a jousting tournament. I just don't have the pieces for that yet. But this is going to be just like an activities area. You can get your fortune read on some cards here. We also have another type of fortune teller right here. And then we also have some just like enjoyable things that you can do. I think some activities, because like again, this was from a magician set that I use these from. And I'll probably rework them a little bit, but for right now, I'm actually really liking the vibe. And then from there, we go into the main food court area, which is this region here. And I don't have anything that has like, looks like tents specifically. So what I ended up doing was I found a bunch of different food truck sets and I grabbed those. And I honestly think that the hot dog one is my favorite. Unfortunately, I did not get this while it was still actually available from Lego, so I bought this from Bricks and Minifigs, and the figure that is in the hot dog suit was not in the bag with it, unfortunately. And if I can find that figure, I'm totally going to grab him and add him to the fair, because I love the food mascots. We even have one over here with the grocery store. She's in her little pea pod and it's amazing. She says, "Be happy, be happy." It's so good. But yeah, I really like where this is going. I love what's happening with the food court. I put a couple of benches in here that are not unified whatsoever yet, but I probably will eventually unify them a little bit more. But I think we have a good mix of things happening, and I'm really getting the fair vibes from this. I need to add a little bit more medieval elements to it, but so far I'm super enjoying it. Let me know what you think. All right, that has been it for showing off my first Lego city, or at least what I've got going so far. I'm actually really happy with the progress, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. Now, before I head out, I do want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we would not be doing this, so thank you very, very much. If you'd like to join them, you can find a link down in the video description below. In the meantime, I have been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night.